Greetings, I'm Hellena Pugh, a Marine Corps veteran and the host of your 5-Minute Salute. Today I have with me Kit Lancaster, who hails from my hometown of Chicago. Don't hold this against him, but he's a Cubs fan. Welcome to our show, Kit.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Now tell me, how did you become a member of our nation's military?
Yeah, growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a pilot. I always knew I wanted to serve in the military. I was fortunate enough to figure out really quick, I can't fly a plane, but I wanted to serve. My grandfather was in the military, and I feel like I always felt compelled to serve in the sense that I feel like I've always had a leg up and a great opportunity to do anything that I wanted to. And I wanted to start my career and contribute to the success of our country by way of service.
Excellent. So now, which branch did you join?
I did Army ROTC, and I branched field artillery within Army once I graduated.
Excellent. So now, Kit, what is it that you do today?
Today, I have my own financial planning firm, Sterling Edge Financial, based in Chicago.
Okay, and what are some of the financial principles that you are teaching or that you help your clients with?
Yeah, so our primary focus for who we serve is we have a lot of first generation Americans, first generation wealth, military veterans, and the cornerstone of what we build all of our advice on is cash flow based financial planning. And our job is to help people make more informed financial decisions. So a lot of people come to us because they're online or they're working with a discount broker or someone that's not inspiring them, and they kind of feel like they're just waking up and getting McDonald's level advice. And at some point you look down at McDonald's and you're like, this is great, it's consistent, but this is not giving me what I want. And they want some elevated experience. They want a Michelin star experience. They want a tailored piece of financial advice that is very aware and human to them. And that's where we come in and help navigate them on a journey of decisions to position their money in a hyper-personalized way to serve themselves. And that could be their community, their families, retirement, but it's usually a lot more things before retirement. And it's things like how do we get ready to financially prepare for children? How do we prepare to send our kids to college? How do we pay for daycare? I just got my 200-page PDF of employee benefits. Like, I have no idea what I'm looking at. Can you help me? That's where we come in to help.
So now, so many of our military members, and I'm sure you know this, we're the Reddit group, we're the get online and listen to the gurus type group. How do you give someone who has been, following the meme king for their financial advice and then finding out what the billionaire is doing, who's already a billionaire, it's probably not what you, the individual, should be doing. So how do you kind of give those people advice on how to properly go about building wealth?
Yeah, so building wealth is a very personal experience, and I think we need to change the way we think about wealth. Wealth isn't necessarily Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and retiring when we're 45. Right. It's usually having a means to fulfill our lives and do things that have purpose. And for some people, that's having a particular job, working in a particular career. For some people, that's living in a certain geography. For certain people, it's being able to be home and coach your kid's sports team or attend every church service or volunteer in your community.
Right.
There's lots of ways to define wealth above and beyond opulence and decadence of just consumption.
Right.
And I think that's really where we can come in and help facilitate, well, what does wealth mean to you? What is important to you?
Right.
And I bring this up as most people don't say, I wish I had a Ferrari or I wish I had a bigger house. It's more like, I'd like to move to a better school district for my kids, or I would like to not work in this career field anymore because it makes me unhappy. I would like to figure out a way to go from here to some job where I can have this particular lifestyle, live in this geography, or support my family, or things that bring me value in a more meaningful way.
So now, as you were transitioning from the military into a civilian status, what's something that you learned or wish you had knew that you want to share with our other veterans?
Yeah, so one of the things I wish I would have done, and I actually help a lot of my friends and clients with this that are transitioning out, is just go ask a lot of people for advice and perspective. Whatever you think you're going to do, if in the private sector, you most likely would benefit by interviewing 20 or 30 people doing the job you think you want. Mm-hmm. And the responses and your ability to take that information and then ask better questions the next time around to further inform how you can get to where you think you want is going to be magnified exponentially by that exercise. And that might take you 6 months or a year to do. And you may even find out halfway through it, oh my God, I do not want to do this at all. And you may learn other courses of actions or things you want to do, or better ways to get in the industry than you think you would. Because I can tell you, for me, I thought I'd just go somewhere, get trained, be an advisor, and be successful. I'm lucky. Like, there are very smart people that enter the field to be a financial advisor or planner. You have a 15% chance of being successful or even in the industry 4 years after starting as a financial advisor. And, if I could look back at my prior self, I'd been like, hey, you should have gotten a job doing this or this, and then parlayed that into being an advisor. It would have raised my chances to be successful.
Right.
And I just bring that up in the sense that that's something I wish I would have known and someone could have told me. And I wish I would sought out that knowledge. And unfortunately, I did not.
Right, but that it's a great point that you raise up, especially coming from the military into the civilian world. If you don't actually know what that industry is about, you have to talk to some people. You have to talk to people and really, sit down and formulate, is this something that you want to do and how do you be successful at it, right? But Kit, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on the 5-Minute Salute. I really appreciate you taking the opportunity to allow me to interview you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate the opportunity to share and be of service to your questions.
Yeah, so, we can be friends except for when the Cubs play the Sox, and then we're on the opposite ends of the cheering field.
I don't know. I mean, it's Chicago. That's a good frenemy barbecue, if any.
That's it. I will bring the rib tips because I'm sure you're learning about rib tips while you're there.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's good Italian sandwiches on the south side and north side. I mean, we could do Italian sandwiches too.
I have quite a few places in between Al's Italian Beef and Portillo's and all the other. Listen, I'm a Chicagoan, so we can talk food all day.
How about tourist flavors?
Right. Yep. Everyone throws them in there. They are alone time. And they used to do the rainbow cone. A lot of people don't remember when they did the rainbow cone years ago.
I didn't know.
Yeah. See. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Now, America, I'm going to post Kit's information in the notes of this video. You'll be able to click on the link and see more information about what he does and how you can get in contact with him. Or I'm also going to ask you to render your own salute by liking and sharing this video. I thank you for being here and see you next week on the 5-Minute Salute. My name is Hellena Pugh. I am the founder of ZaharaVets Network. So I started ZaharaVets Network because as I transitioned out of the military in 2012, I was encountering so many challenges with my transition, and I realized that there really wasn't an organization that spoke definitively to the issues that impacted women veterans, but also I encountered other male veterans who were having very similar issues to which there really wasn't an answer. So I started the organization so that I can provide information for other veterans, but also put us on the path to start providing those services that weren't being offered.